You can now deploy OpenVPN Access Server on AWS with our new pay-as-you-go listing, giving you way more flexibility when it comes to managing your VPN connections. Before this, you had two choices. First was AWS built AMI listing with fixed connection limits such as 5, 10, 25, and so on. Second was bring your own license, which gave you more control over your connection limits, but required a separate license from OpenVPN. Each option had its trade-offs, either being stuck with preset connection tiers or dealing with multiple vendors for licensing and infrastructure. But now, with Access Server Pay-as-you-go, you get the best of both worlds. First, if you need more connections, no problem, just upgrade your plan. No need to spin up a new instance. Second is a one bill, no extra hassle. Your VPN and infrastructure costs are bundled into a single AWS payment. The third one is that you can scale with ease. Deploy multiple access servers that share a pool of connections so you're always ready for growth. This is perfect for IT teams managing a growing or changing workforce. Whether you're scaling up or optimizing costs or ensuring secure remote access for your team, Access Server Pay-as-you-go makes it simple, all without adding complexity to your tech stack. So let's jump in and see how to get started. I'm logged into my AWS dashboard. The easiest way to do is just go ahead, search for OpenVPN Access Server Pay-as-you-go. And then if you click on the marketplace, you can see the first option up here. The other way of doing it is just going directly to AWS Marketplace. From there, you can just type OpenVPN Pay-as-you-go, and then the very first option is going to be OpenVPN Access Server. So you can see there are some information about the Access Server. If you scroll down, you can see the pricing tiers also. Access Server comes with 2 free connections. You can upgrade to 5 connections, 10 connections, and so on. You can upscale or downscale as you see it necessary. You can do 1-month contract or a 12-month contract or annually. So to get started, you can go ahead and click on View Purchase Options. And then from here, you can choose that if you would like your contract to be monthly or annually. So you can choose either 1 month or 12 months. And then auto renewal, if you want it to be automatically renewed or you don't want to be renewed. If you don't choose do not automatically renew this contract, the contract ends 1 month from the date that you sign up. So if you scroll down, then here you can choose the number of connections that you need. Again, for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to use the 2 connections, the free connections here. But if you decide to do any other numbers, you can just choose here. And if you scroll down, you can see terms and conditions. And then if you need to add a purchase order, you can do that here. Then you can click on subscribe. And as you can see, it says your subscription is in progress. You can now set up your account at the vendor's website. From here, we're going to click on set up your account. This is going to take us to OpenVPN website. So this is where we can sign in for our account. If we already have an account, we can just type the email address and password here. But if we don't have an account, we can just click on sign up and sign up for the account. To get started, we need to enter our email address and a password. So I'm just going to go ahead, enter an email address here, and then I choose a password for this account. When you're done with that, click on Create Account. Then we need to confirm our email address. So there will be a 6-digit code emailed to us. So we need to type that in here. So I'm going to do this here, 013166. And then we're going to confirm this. Now we need to enter some more information here. Once we're done, we can click on Confirm. I'm going to fast forward through this part. And now we're on our Access Server portal. We can see to deploy our Access Server with our CloudFormation script. So the very first thing I need to do, I need to choose my AWS region. So for me, it's going to be US West 1 or Northern California. Here it is. And then we're going to click on Launch Script on AWS. Here for our stack, we need to enter some information such as stack name, the VPC ID, subnet ID, and so on. So I'm going to fast forward through this, but you should enter the information based on your environment and settings. All the information is entered. Now we're going to click on Create Stack. Stack creation is in process. This is going to take a few minutes. We're going to wait till it's done and then we'll come back. As you can see, a stack creation is completed. So now we need to go to Output tab, and there's some information here that we need to make a note of. First of all, we need to get this address. This is the address that we're going to use to log into the admin user interface of our Access server. Then we need the temporary password, and this is the temporary password, so we're going to make a note of this one as well. The username is always OpenVPN for the log into the Access server. So I'm going to click on this link to log into my admin user interface. This is a brand new install. We don't have certificate installed yet, so we're using the self-signed certificate. That's why we're getting this message. Let's go and bypass this, and then we're going to type our username, which is OpenVPN, and the temporary password that we made a note of from the last page. Click on sign in. Very first time when we log in, we need to accept the license agreement, and here we go, we're logged in. A couple of more things I want to show you. If you go back to Access Server Portal, if we need to deploy another Access server, for example, to create a cluster of Access servers, we can just do this again here. Just choose your region and then click on Launch a Script on AWS. This is going to basically launch another stack and launch another Access server for you. This way you can deploy multiple Access servers that share a pool of connections. So if you're ready for growth or you want to create a cluster of Access server, you can do this here. If you need to change the AWS contract and add connections, you can click on AWS contract here on your Access server. You can see your active plans here. I have 2 connections, but if you have 5 or 10, you're going to see that here. One thing that I want to make a note here, the email notifications. If you want to receive email notifications regarding your active connection capacity, you can select it here. For example, if I choose here and if my active connection reaches 80%, I'm going to receive an email. Now, if at any time I need to get more connections, for example, I can click here where it says manage your AWS contract. This is going to take me back to the AWS marketplace. And from here, if you click on view purchase options, you can see your contract again. You can see what you've purchased, some number of connections, if you were set up to do auto renewal or not. And if you want to make any modification, you can just modify it by clicking on modify the existing agreement. And from here, you can again change the auto renewal, for example, and you can change the number of connections. And once you're done, you can just click on save changes. One last thing here very quickly, you can access your Access Server Portal through AWS as well. Just go to your AWS dashboard and from there click on AWS Marketplace and you can see your subscriptions. Just choose your subscription, click on Setup, and you're going to land on the same page that we were just looking at. From here, you can click on Vendor's website. This is what is going to take us back to our Access Server Portal. I just have to type my password here. Give me 1 second. And here we go, we're going to log in. And we are on our Access Server Portal. From here, we can launch our Access server in the AWS. Again, just choose the region and click on Launch a Script. So that's it. With Access Server Pay-as-you-go for AWS, you get the flexibility to scale your VPN connections as your needs change, without the hassle of rigid plans or dealing with multiple vendors. Need more connections? Just upgrade, as we just saw. Want to keep things simple? Your VPN and infrastructure costs are all on one AWS bill. It's that easy. So if you're ready to give it a try, head over to the AWS Marketplace and get started today. Thanks for watching and happy deploying.